Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and we are here today with the first of the modern flashbacks on Magic Online. So 2016 is the year of modern flashbacks. Every week, outside of release periods for new sets, we will have a new flashback draft on Magic Online, and my goal is to record at least one draft of every format, and hopefully get them uploaded as soon as possible after the drafts go up, so you'll have an example. First up is 8th edition, a format I have never drafted once in my life, and it is probably pretty horrible. What do we got in this pack? A bunch of stuff. I'm going to be reading a lot of these cards. I haven't drafted this format. Our rare is City of Brass, which is worth almost 3 tickets, and there's a decent chance we're going to rare draft it. I would assume the best card in the pack, maybe this Diving Griffin, a 2/2 Flying Vigilance for 3. Orcish Artillery is interesting. Does 2 damage to something and also 3 damage to you. Razorfoot Griffin. I think in a format like this, I would assume like blue-white flyers is probably the best deck. City of Brass, 2 tickets. Is it worth it? All right, let's take Diving Griffin and see if we can actually build a good deck. 2 tickets is... These packs are insane and not in order. Do I have this set in something weird? Oh, it was sorting by... converted mana cost or something. I don't even know what. Color maybe? So here we have a pack with Obliterate as a rare. Crazy card. Can't be countered. Destroys everything. Probably not playable in limited. Dwarven Demolition Team can just tap to destroy a wall. We're probably looking for white cards and maybe blue cards to be like a blue-white flyer deck. Angelic Page is probably pretty sweet. It's a 1/1 flyer, can tap to give an attacking or blocking creature +1/+1 until end of turn. This is a removal spell, does 2 damage and you gain 2 life. Gravedigger is probably decent. Trained Armadon seems pretty big in a format with such crappy creatures. Thinking I might just take this Angelic Page though, and stay on the white flyer plan for now. What do we have next? Treasure Trove. Can pay 4 to draw a card, a wall. You have my Enchantress. Glory Seeker is on curve. I mean, it's a 2/2 for 2. That is playable in limited. Samite Healer. I think the Glory Seeker is probably better since it has more power and toughness. The other option is Coastal Hornclaw. Problem is you gotta sack a land to give it flying, and so it doesn't just fly. I think I might just take Glory Seeker here. None of these red cards seem that exciting. Grizzly Bears is probably fine. I think we're going to take Glory Seeker. I'm assuming that this being a core set format, and an old core set format, that we're going to want to prioritize the typical limited stuff. Bombs, evasion, removal, and having a strong curve. So I think that just having a good curve will get us some wins compared to other decks. So, in this pack, got the Tome to draw some cards. Megrim isn't playable in limited. Urza's Mine. So Urza's Mine, I just clicked over and checked. 85 cents on Magic Online. That's something I would look to pick up if it tables, but I don't think I'm going to pick it here. So what is good for our deck? Is there anything good for our deck? I guess this is another flyer, but it's a 2/2 for 4. Still, it's probably the best card in the pack for our deck. I guess we'll stick with white. Just keep cutting white cards. Foil Rolling Stones. Walls can attack, although they didn't have Defender. I don't think that's really playable in limited. What is playable and extremely good in limited is Master Decoy. 2/1 for 1 and a white that you can pay 1 and tap it to tap a creature. Tappers are very good in limited, and I'm assuming the 8th edition is no different. So far we're basically mono white, which I guess is good. We see our first random hoser, Circle of Protection Red. So being a white deck, we could draft this, and if we ever run into a red deck, it pretty much just beats them on its own. Anabas Shaman is interesting. It's a pinger. It's a little expensive, 4 mana, but it's not bad. Flying Carpet, pay 2, you can give a creature flying. Probably not as good in our deck as in some others. I think it's Anabas Shaman seems like the best card in the pack, although I'm tempted to just take this Circle of Protection Red and put it in our sideboard. I think I'm going to do that. I don't think I want to go in on red yet. Well, we keep seeing some big red creatures, so maybe we do end up being like a Boros deck. In this pack, there's Wrath of Merit Lage? I don't know. It taps all red creatures, and red creatures don't untap during their untap step. So this set has so many crazy hosers in it. Balduvian Barbarians, a 3/2 for 2. Hulking Cyclops is pretty big. It can't block, but it's a 5/5, which seems pretty huge in this format. No real white card. Grizzly Bears is fine. I think I'm going to take this Hulking Cyclops. Maybe we end up being a white-red deck. Mind Sludge, pretty powerful if you're mono black. Basically can make an opponent discard their entire hand for 5 mana. Flight, not very playable. Another Honor Guard, which seems pretty horrible. Maggot Carrier makes each player lose a life. Minra is sometimes fine. Stormcrow and Iron Star. I don't know if we care about Mind Sludge. Let's take Stormcrow. I still have the idea in the back of my head that we might end up blue-white flyers. Monstrous Growth can be pretty sweet with a bunch of evasive creatures. It's a sorcery, which is kind of bad, but +4/+4 is nothing to sniff at. Giant Cockroach. Oh my god. There's a lot of bad cards in this set. I guess we're taking Monstrous Growth? Whoa. So I would assume that this shouldn't be in the pack. It's a removal spell with 5 cards left in the pack. So I guess we just snap that off. I really don't know what our second color is going to be. Reflexes, I don't think is playable. Shatter doesn't seem that playable. I guess it's fine in the sideboard if you run into Ensnaring Bridge or something. Drudge Skeletons. We got a lot of 2-drops. Let's take the Hornclaw. Now we will take, I guess, Unholy Strength is sort of a card. +2/+1 enchantment. Scathe Zombies. A 2/2 for 3, or Horn Turtle, a 1/4 for 3. I guess we'll take the 2/2. There's an Honor Guard, still floating around. I have to say, I kind of like this swamp art. Of course it's white bordered, but... Well, so right now, we are definitely white. I think that is 90% certain that we're going to be white. We're still hoping to just open like a Blood Moon or Ensnaring Bridge to pay for the draft. Peach Garden Oath. There is Huey and Reed and Owen. So what do we have here? Probably just Pacifism, one of the best removal spells in Limited. Noble Purpose, 5-mana enchantment. Whenever a creature deals combat damage, you gain that much life. Diabolic Tutor is not very good in Limited unless you have a huge bomb. Peach Garden Oath. Dehydration is another removal spell. There's also a Master Decoy. Man, this is a rough pick. Pacifism is really good, but so is Master Decoy. I think it's clearly one of these two. I'm actually not sure which is better. Pacifism locks down any one creature permanently. Master Decoy dies to removal, but you can tap down whatever creature is most problematic at the time. And having 2 of them seems pretty sweet. Serpent Warrior is also not horrible. At least I played it sometimes in, was it Mirage Limited? Alright, I'm going to take Pacifism and hope that, that the Master Decoy tables. Well, that's another Pacifism. Seismic Assault, kind of hard to build around in Limited. I don't think it's worth much of anything. Spreading Algae, another random hate card. You can enchant a swamp. When it becomes tapped, you destroy it, and then you move it to another swamp. Vine Trellis is a mana ramper. Guess it's good in the big green deck. Wall of Air will lock down our flyers. Man, there are so many bad cards in this set. Well, we're definitely taking Pacifism. We will play as many Pacifisms as we can get our hands on. Now what? Fear. Enchanted creature. Has fear. That's some nice naming there. Dusk Imp is a flyer if we go the black route. Zombify. Another Vine Trellis for a ramp deck. Do we even... What color are we playing with white? So, blue gives us a couple of crappy flyers-ish. Black gives us a zombie 3-drop, a voracious hunger. Maybe we just take this Dusk Imp and go black-white, or lean that direction. Alright, that's not bad. I don't mind being in black now. A lot of good black cards came around, so maybe black-white is actually the place to be. Murderous Betrayal costs a ton of black mana, pay half your life rounded up, destroy target non-black creature, it can't be regenerated. So if you really want to kill something, and also kill yourself, you have Murderous Betrayal. Bog Imp, 1/1 flyer for 2, Gravedigger. Standing Troops, 1/4 Vigilance. I think it's Voracious Hunger or Gravedigger. Voracious Hunger seems like it kills a lot of things in this format. But Gravedigger is pretty sweet as well. Some card advantage. If you get multiples, you can loop them. I do like Gravedigger. Alright, and the other Voracious Hunger went really late. So let's take the Gravedigger here. Options in this pack. What does this do? Sword Dancer. Can pay 2 to give an attacking creature -1, -0 until end of turn. I think the ship has sailed on... I think we're pretty much black and white now. So we want to focus on that. You don't really want to play another Unholy Strength. Razorfoot Griffin, I guess, is fine. 2/2 flying first strike for 4. Aladdin's Ring costs 8 mana. 8 mana to activate, and it does 4 damage to a creature or player. I think, wasn't there like Tower of Calamities and Scars of Mirrodin that did, I don't know, like 13 or 10 damage or something, and probably costs less than this? I think we're taking Razorfoot Griffin. Aladdin's Ring seems ambitious. Ooh, Abyssal Spectre? Sweet. That's a flyer. And when it deals damage, it makes players discard a card. I would play Ravenous Rats. Enters the battlefield, makes an opponent discard. Scathe Zombies is kind of filler. Severed Legion is probably just better because it has fear, but we'll definitely take Abyssal Spectre. Now we have Sanctity. Creatures you control get +0/+5 until end of turn. Only costs 4 mana. Deepwood Ghoul. Man, black has a ton of 2-powered creatures that cost 3 mana. Coercion is probably fine to get rid of something specifically troublesome. Steel Artifact can take our opponent's Ensnaring Bridge. Aven Flock. Yeah, a 2-power flower for 5 isn't great, but so many of these creatures seem replaceable in this set. Circle of Protection Blue. I don't think that's as good as the red one. Maybe it'll table. I guess we take Aven Flock. Swarm of Rats. Alright. Power and toughness equal to the number of rats we can... Or power equal to the number of rats we control. So its toughness is always 1. So it'd be a 1/1 for 2, and if we somehow play more rats, it gets better. Stream of Life. It's like a reverse Fireball. You gain X life, or target player does, for green and X. Counter an instant with Flash Counter. Catalog's probably fine. Maybe we'll just take Lone Wolf. I think that's the most playable card in the pack. We're not going to play it, but... we could take Serpent Warrior. It costs us some life, but... It's a 3/3 for 3, which is kind of above curve. Here... I don't even know. I think I'm going to take Wall of Air, because we have a lot of flyers, and we don't really want Wall of Air to block it. And plus, Index is so bad. One of the worst cards ever printed. Sea Monster, just a big defender, and we got all flyers, a 1/1 for 1, and I guess we could get wrecked by Spreading Algae, but I think we're more likely to get wrecked by Wall of Air. Man. We could give something fear with fear. I don't think any of these cards are particularly relevant. Guess we can take Elfham Palace in case we want to splash. Maybe there's a world where Nausea is good. Gives everything -1, -1. It would be good against the blue deck that has so many 1-powered creatures. Alright, we'll take that thing. Another Scathe Zombie. We don't really want to play it, but... Alright, let's open a Blood Moon, and then just not care. Or an Ensnaring Bridge. I think those are the 2 cards that you really want to open. We haven't really passed anything of value. We opened the City of Brass, pack one, pick one. It's worth about 2 ticks, but instead we took the Diving Griffin, which seems like a really good card, and it fits well in our deck. Whoa, Western Paladin. It's a creature that is on color and playable and actually wrecks us. You just pay 2 and tap it to destroy a white creature. Everything in this set is a color hoser. Not everything, but so many things hose a color in one way or another. Anything else that matters? What does this even do? Mind Slash. Pay 1, sacrifice a creature. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a card from it. They discard it. Oh, so it's like a Thoughtseize enchantment that you don't lose life, but you gotta sack a creature to activate it. Well, I think we easily just take Western Paladin. Even if we don't run into any white creatures to destroy, still a 3/3 for 4, which seems good in this set. Here, probably just another Gravedigger. Guess we can read Relentless Assault. Untap all creatures that attack this turn. Another main phase, followed by another combat phase. So you basically get a second combat phase. Bunchwood Armor is a card that you can definitely lose to in the mono green deck. It can give like +7/+7 or something ridiculous. But I think we're just taking Gravedigger. Pacifism's a nice clean answer to something wearing an enchantment. Gaia's Herald, or Gaia's Herald, it is counter hate. Can't counter creature spells. Crystal Rod, horrible. Haunted Wumpus, this card is hilarious. You get a 6/6 for only 4 mana, but each creature gets to basically show and or each opponent gets to show and tell. Only a creature, but still. I guess it's just Glory Seeker here. It's the only card that I think we'll play. So we have a decent curve of horrible creatures, but I guess that's what 8th edition is. Like, it doesn't seem like there's any super powerful creatures. There's probably some rares, like I think Blinding Angel is in the set, and that's pretty good. There's probably a couple rare creatures that are solid, but we got a little bit of removal with the pacifisms, got a Master Decoy, have some evasion, could use more removal, but we got 2 Gravediggers, which I like. You can loop the Gravediggers. I think this deck looks fine. I don't know what I'm basing this on. I have no idea what 8th edition limited is like. I'm kind of judging it based on other core sets that I've played, and by just looking at these packs. I think for our seed, I don't think we're in a bad place. I guess this is a format where you just try to beat down with 2/2s. Every spot on our curve is 2 power creatures. 5-drop, 4-drops. All of our 4-drops, basically. Ooh, another Abyssal Spectre. Could take Urza's Tower just for the money, but I think 2 Abyssal Spectres is better than money drafting. So I think this deck is good. I wouldn't mind picking up a little more removal. We don't have any card advantage. But we have evasion, have a little bit of removal. So which spot on the curve would we like to take a 2-powered creature for this time? 3, 4... I guess Gluttonous Zombie is a 3-powered creature. I guess that's fine. Fear is another form of evasion. It's almost like having a 3/3 flyer in our deck. Probably better than Aven Flock. Didn't he win a Pro Tour playing Blue-Black Control? Alright, Gluttonous Zombie it is. Ooh, oh. I saw Destroy Target and thought I was going to get a removal spell. Then I continued to read and realized it is another stupid hate card. It only hits white creatures, and we have most of the white creatures. Double Giant Spider, good card. Inferno, 7 mana instant does 6 damage to each creature and each player. It might just be worth it to take a Giant Spider. We would get wrecked by Inferno, but we also kind of get wrecked by Giant Spider. I guess Execute's a fine sideboard card, but how many white decks? We already got Western Paladin. How many white decks are we going to run into? Karma, at the beginning of each upkeep, Karma deals damage to that player equal to the number of swamps he or she controls. Okay. I guess we can hate on the black player. But we're going to be playing swamps too, so it's going to hurt us more. I guess we can get our opponent low on life if they have swamps and then drop this and hopefully kill them on their upkeep. Crossbow infantry, I guess might be fine. Another 2-drop, it does a damage to an attacking or blocking creature if you tap it. I don't think we really are going to play Karma because we have too many swamps. Does any of this stuff matter? We have 19 creatures. That seems like a lot of creatures. I'm going to take Catalog. We're not going to play it, but I guess we could sack some of our 19 creatures to Mind Slash. Or Giant Cockroach. We already have a lot of 4-drops. Do we have anything in our sideboard we could play? I guess, like, no, not really. Unholy Strength, maybe? I guess I'll take Mind Slash. Tundra Wolf seems good if we run into a deck with a lot of 1 toughness creatures. A whole pack full of unplayables. Naturalize, I guess, is a sideboard card that we can't play. Plague Beetle. We can Swamp Walk for 1 damage a turn if we run into the black deck. Alright, I tried to avoid taking Fear, but I guess we can still avoid it and take Sacred Nectar. Panic Attack. Ooh, I love, this is one of my favorite mountain arts. The Mirage version is better, but that art's so good. Still, we're going to take Panic Attack. So we have 22 playables, which means we're going to have to play something that is not currently in our main deck. Fred Fields Plains. What is this something? I guess we'll see when we go to deck building. So there are some things I like about this deck. We have a bit of removal. We got double Abyssal Spectre. Have some evasion. So if we got to play one more card, what is it going to be? I guess Mind Slash is interesting, but sacking a creature is a pretty big cost. Although it's sweet with Gravedigger. You can play Gravedigger, sack it to Mind Slash, play another Gravedigger to get back the first Gravedigger, and just Thoughtseize for free every turn. Well, not for free, for 5 mana, but sort of for free. Unholy Strength. I guess Unholy Strength might be the best option. I don't know if we want a horrible 1-drop. Can't really main deck a Circle of Protection red, although we will definitely bring it in if we run into a red deck. Gaining 4 life is not worth a card. Nausea seems really hit or miss. Although, I like the art. The skydiving or hang gliding goblin with a couple of nauseated goblins below. I think it's probably Unholy Strength is probably the right pick. Mind Slash would be ambitious. Yeah, let's go with Unholy Strength. We also have double Abyssal Spectre, which hopefully will make our opponent discard anyway. So we might not really need more discard. And nothing else is really playable. Alright, 9-8 in favor of Swamps, and I'm going to submit it. I think this deck is probably reasonable. I have no idea how good this is. I guess we will find out as we start battling our way through this draft. I'm going to submit like this. We'll be back with round 1.